Internet, what is really, really, really good? You know who it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yo, Uchu Sentai Kyuranger, Space.1. And yo, I walked into this Sentai with a lot of questions, just for me personally, given what I knew about the premise, about how would this show be able to carry 9 Kyurangers, and why did there have to be 9 of them, and a whole bunch of other questions, which I am glad this episode answered. So let's just go down the list. It's like, why 9 Kyurangers? That was answered very quickly. This episode sold me on Dark Matter being a ruthless villain force that deserves not a 5-ranger team, but a 9-ranger team, which there will be more rangers because this is a Japanese children's show designed to sell toys to those children so their mommy and daddy buys their toys. I think I might have said this once or maybe twice. So again, with that little bit that we learned about Dark Matter, they done took over everything. Earth's been crushed. All of these planets have been crushed under the rule of Dark Matter. So of course, a revolutionary team has to step up with these mystical powers given to them by the Q-Timer, and they are Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Okay, you have sold me on the premise. That's one. If you have a show that's going to have an ensemble this big, how do you sell me on the ensemble? Make every last one of these characters have something about them that makes them stick out. Is that we can start at the top with Lucky. Is that I have a question for me. How sick am I going to be of hearing him say the word Lucky this whole season? I feel that at some point I'll get used to it, and hell, it'll even grow on me because I know me better than me. I know that it'll grow on me. Honestly, this show needs a red like him, because you need a leader like that in times that dark. So yeah, he might say Lucky a lot, and a whole bunch of this first episode and these early episodes will be him bumbling around, just happening to find the right answer because he's lucky. But here's the thing that the show hinted at that I know's coming. In the episode, he mentioned where he was from, and he was like, nah, the Dark Matter ain't came nowhere near my hood at all. No, they ain't even fucking around with me over there. Not at all. There is going to be that episode when Lucky quits bullshit and the gloves come off. It's going to be when the Dark Matter roll up in his hood and they just take this shit over. Or destroy it. Pick one. It's that you know that episode's coming. And you know that because... Actually, back that up a little bit. I believe in giving the show the opportunity to let these characters grow. Is that the Lucky we see in episode 1 will be a leader that we can respect and be proud of in episode 50. I can see it. I can see the possibilities of character growth like that. Because in that whole episode, especially that part when he had to convince Garo that, yo, you got to get up off your ass, playboy. It's like, yeah. Shit happens, but you got to get up and dust yourself off and keep going because the universe needs you. That's the kind of red that you need in a situation like this. So he's a red that I can get behind. I will say that he is a red that I can get behind. So again, it'll be interesting to see the episode when the gloves come off and we see Lucky for real, like a real serious Lucky, a whole different mindset and mind change. So be expecting that. We didn't really learn a lot about Garo this episode, other than, well, Dark Matter came to my hood, fucked my shit up, but I'm real depressed about it, but this dude came up, punched me in the face, but you know what? I want to kick their ass too, give me some power. Boom. Happened just like that. Because this is a show that has a whole bunch of characters to focus on, you will see a lot more of those character-driven episodes. You guys know the one. The episode where that character gets the feature in the whole episode, including when they transform in the end. One of those episodes. Everybody's going to get one of those. And I have to feel that Garo is going to get a lot of growing episodes because again, like when he met the Q Rangers, he was real standoffish. So you're gonna see a lot of growth from him getting used to his surroundings and things like that, of trying to get used to being part of a team. That's gonna be his thing. So be watching for that. Champ, he just walk around like, yo, I'm a cow. I got this dumbbell. He see, bro, he's saying we're down to earth. I like him. You know what I'm saying? His episodes, I'm like, his thing is he a wrestler. So, of course, they're going to have a wrestling episode. So, I'm just waiting for him to hit a rainmaker on somebody. Hit a rainmaker on somebody. Holler at me when he does that. When Champ hits the rainmaker, let me know. Please, let me know. Just let me know. Champ rainmaker. Book that shit. Thank you. I'm like, we didn't really get a lot from Hammy other than, you know, she's willing to really point at things and laugh when shit isn't really that funny. She's going to get an episode where she's going to learn to calm the fuck down. That's going to be her episode that's going to give her the understanding, because it's like, it don't really show it yet, but in the way that she act, it's like, she's not taking this as seriously as you should be. But she's the character with some hidden dark backstory about what happened between her and the Dark Matter and how she got her Q time in the first place. Watch for that. And Sparta, well, you know, cooking euphemisms all season long. That's what it is. Cooking euphemisms. All day, every day. Something about cooking this, French word that, cook. I can respect that. I can respect it as a character trait. I can. But the thing is that I brought all this up to kind of rewind back to it for this reason. This is a show that already in one episode that I see that they are going to magnify and make sure that you understand that each one of them is individuals. And something that I caught that I should have mentioned when I talked about Garu. His suit actually has fur on it. If you can't tell me that's not individuality and trying to make sure that each one of these Rangers stand out, I can't tell you what is. I appreciate that, knowing what I want from my Sentai. And yeah, I got a little bit down on Zyuohger. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it was a show that let me down. And that's why when that initial video went up, I was just let down when I had to sit up here and take it all in. But, you know, it wasn't really that bad. And I'll just say that live, just in case you caught the last one. This is a show that can do it. And I say that about every show because I'm willing to give these shows that I love the benefit of the doubt. And I really think that I am going to have a great time watching this show this season, is that I just can't wait to see this cast grow and this cast evolve and this cast change, that when we start from episode 1 and get to the final space, I want to see a different cast. And I really think that because of all the time this show will have to spend in trying to get each one of these personalities across, you'll find somebody that you like. And me, I want it to be Raptor 283. Not only because Mao Ichimichi's voicing her, but I really think that's because she got a lot of sass to her. And I really didn't talk about her with the characters, but I already know she gonna become a Kyuranger in a minute. But Raptor 283, she got some sass to her, and I like me a lady with sass. So it's gonna be interesting to see how she ultimately comes across. It's like, she's the den mother, and you need one of those in a cast that big, and she's going to be the character that keeps everybody to the ground while you got Lucky sitting up here telling everybody they can need to believe in themselves and come join this crew because, Dark Matter taking over the shit. Speaking of Dark Matter, before we get out of here, is given that the contrast we have this season is we got a group of 9 Rangers that we know is going to grow even bigger. Is that what do you do about the villains here? Because it's like the show could approach this in one of two ways. Either you sit up here and make the villain not the villains themselves, but the villain be the situation that the Q Rangers are rebelling against. And that's simple to do. Give the villains next to no character interaction with the Kyurangers whatsoever, and just be shit is fucked up really, really bad, and that's the bad guy. That, yeah, there are bad guys, but the situation is a lot worse than one entity or being, because this entity is taking over every fucking thing. That can be your villain. I'd appreciate it is that if the villains got a little character, a little bit, is that, like I said, given the show's premise, what they want to do, how they want to do it, and how they can approach it, is that, again, you have myriads of ways to really come at the conflict in question. Because, again, like I said, you can either give the villain some characterization, and you have plenty of episodes in which to introduce these characters, try to get them over as sympathetic villains if the show can manage that, or you can sit up here and just make them I don't care, I don't give a fuck level villains, and make the villain itself the conflict in which the Kyurangers are rebelling against. That's your choice. It'll be interesting to see what choice the writers take with this. Because again, because of the ensemble cast, is that the writers have this choice. So it'll be interesting to see what choice it is that they actually zoom in on and try to develop on the villain side of things. I like how I said everything because I'm amazing. I will say this. OP, that got me. That ending song, I want to learn that dance because for real, I don't remember the last time a song in Sentai really let me down in a way where I didn't want to hear it, because I used to just be pissed at Morphin, Moving, Believing, Buster Ship because it wasn't the original OP that I loved. Because it wasn't Buster's Ready Go. I hated a song because it wasn't the song that I got used to for like 30 episodes, and you changed it for no damn reason because of toys. But I've gotten over that. So I want to learn this dance. The OP is cool. I'll buy it on iTunes like I do every damn year when it comes to these Sentai songs, and we'll move on. So, Space.1 complete. I want to watch this show. I'm with this show every week, and shout out to Overtime for getting out the sub so damn quickly. It's like I did my yearly Sentai thing where I watched the first episode on sub just to try to sit up here and try to get the minutia of it with my limited Japanese. So, I got the minutia of what was going on. But it's like, shout out to Overtime for getting them subs out so quick. You guys are amazing. You guys do thankless fucking work, and you guys and Excite Subs and all the sub communities, whether you hate them or love them, you guys do great work. And I just want to take 2 seconds to say thank you for making what it is that I love a lot enjoyable for me and others that watch. I appreciate it. So we gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Really quickly, thoughts on the Elimination Chamber later tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how sleep works. Is I know everybody don't appreciate those, but I do it because I love it, so watch it or don't. I don't care. If you are into violence and Hokuto Hakuretsu kids being landed all day long, me and the Evil Freak, we got a first to 10 and some little bonus matches of that Hokuto no Ken, if that's what you want to get into. We got something. I got another joint coming up the pipe that we got going, popping off. So be expecting that sooner than later. How about that? So I got that all in the cut. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. You know who it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that, start changing!